Well, hello everybody and a very warm welcome to Crafters TV. Start of a brand new week. My name's Ben Moseby and you are very welcome to be here with us. It is, as you can probably tell by my attire today, not often do I wear a jumper, do I? Not often do I wear a jumper. It is a miserable day outside. It is horrible. It's cold, it's wet, it's dank and dreary and foggy and horrible. So we are pleased that we are in here today, ready to craft along with some brand new goodies. Autumn has definitely arrived. And something else which has arrived today is our brand new resist pads. Yes, they are here on the show and we are officially launching them now. Already a lot of the stock of the Showstopper has gone and I will take you all through that in just a bit. But your opportunity with these to create some amazing backgrounds really quickly and really simply. So if you are someone perhaps who's fairly new to crafting, I think whether you go for the Showstopper or go for the bundle today and individuals, you're going to pick up some really truly brilliant pads that you will be using, well, actually very soon, because there's a Christmas version here as well. So we're going to be launching those today in this show. A little bit later on as well in Masterclass, live at 5. We are going to be getting all glittery with you. It's all about glitter pastes and stencils. So I hope you can come back and join us for that show. Get the questions ready. Let's make it a nice interactive day. And later on in that Masterclass show, we will be bringing you a prize just for chatting. We're going to be giving away our Winter Wishes collection. I'll tell you more about that in just a little while. But lots of reasons to stay tuned. Lots of reasons to get interactive with us. And if you needed another reason, I'll give you another reason. It may be Monday, but she's in. Yes, it is the crafty wizard herself, the one and only Sheena Douglass. How art thou?
I'm also called wearing a jumper.
I know.
Ah, what?
It's just, it was a jumper day today, wasn't it?
It's definitely a jumper day today. And a bit rainy out there in the UK, just saying.
Did you sail in or did you bring a canoe today? How did you get up?
I basically brought the canoe, the kayak. A kayak from Evesham to Newton Aycliffe today, yes.
Yeah.
4 hours of kayaking. Bring it on.
It's horrendous, the rain here, even further down south. I've seen some pictures of where I used to live in Buckinghamshire, and the roads are like rivers. It
was literally wipers on full, and you're thinking, whoa, that's pretty heavy. I haven't seen rain this heavy before. Then it got heavier. Then it got heavier again. Ridiculous.
But thankfully, we're in the dry, in the relative warmth in here, and we have got a fantastic launch for you. Shall I say a few hellos and take you through the maths of it, and then we'll have a look at the finished samples with Sheena. Already in, we've got Jan on the socials today. Stephen joins us saying good afternoon. Hello also to, Maria's in. Hello Ben, Sheena and all the crew from a very, very, very wet Evesham. Looking forward to seeing the resist papers in action. I saw Sheena playing with them over the weekend.
I was.
Stephen's already ordered the Showstopper. I did tell you we've already been very busy for that. Sarah Thompson says, good morning, crafty friends. Hello, Sarah. She says, hi to Ben, Sheena and the CTV crew from a warm Tennessee. And hello to Lois, who has just popped in to join us from Ohio. So the resist pads you are going to get within this Showstopper set, it's a brilliant price. It's $39.99 or $48.39. I'm not sure what that was. Or $48.39, where you'll get both of the resist pads. If I show you here, I won't flick through them because I think you can see the designs better here. Once you add the ink, obviously the designs almost like pop off the page, and Sheena will be able to show you those in just a second. But within this Christmas pearl pad, you'll get these 6 designs and you'll get 4 of each of them, giving you your 24 sheets. So you've got snowflakes, kind of ornaments in there, foliage. Love the Merry Christmas sentiments that you've got in there too. So 24 sheets, 250 GSM, 12 by 12, obviously. And then you've got your everyday in there as well, which is just a lovely set of patterns. You've got kind of Art Deco in there, more sort of vintage designs, the mass designs in there, and you get both within that set. If you do want to go for these individually, you can. I'm not surprised to learn the Christmas pad is actually outselling the everyday pad currently. However, if you go for the Showstopper, you will get both of those included within the set and the brushes. I mean, we're really doing ourselves a bit of a disservice here because we seem to be putting these in a lot of bundles and then like slashing the price down, giving them away. This time around, if you go for the Showstopper, you will get those brushes included for half the price that they should be. So the price on this should be nearly £66, 73 bucks. It's $39.99 platinum or $48.39. And like I've said, Everything available for you individually if you want to go down that route. And if you need ink pads as well, we've got bundles of those. Just shop the show for now and you'll be able to pick those up. But let's have a look at some of the designs with these.
Sure.
And for me, Sheena, as I said, this is a really, hopefully, easy way, isn't it, to create stunning backgrounds quickly?
Oh, you know what? It was, right, confession, I made 7 cards in no time yesterday. 7. What? In one sitting. I've had a mini tea break in between, cup of tea. But literally, that's when Maria said, I shut the door in the dining room and for me to make 7 cards with cool backgrounds in a short period of time was pretty cool. And I'll tell you what you're going to love about these, right? I had loads of stuff, as you'll see, hanging around my craft room, as you do. You've got toppers painted, I've got watercolour fusion bits done, I've got things from other collections, and they're just sat there. They're not making cards.
Yeah.
With these, you make them in no time. Let me show you why, because this is what they look like. When you get them, you think, well, right, okay, nothing on them. If you look really close and get the light on them, can you see? There's the shadow thing. But the point being, they actually look lovely. I did use the plain on one of the backgrounds, to be honest, because I think it looks quite classy like that, just like a shot silk kind of thing. Yeah. But the point is you make them any colour you want, using whatever water-based colouring material you want. So it goes from that to that. So there's lots of different ways that we can apply the ink or paint. And I'm thinking the best thing we could do in our time together, why don't I do the experimenting for you? Because I haven't done everything, because I've only had them like a day to play with yesterday. Why don't we do a bit of playing and seeing what will work? And then it saves you having to work it out, doesn't it?
And if anyone wants to see anything, they can shout up. I
think that's the best thing to do. And then, you know, even if it doesn't work, if we go, right, that wasn't the best look, I like that look better, I'm doing it, I'm not wasting your stuff.
That's it.
We're doing it together, but you see it's got a sheen on it. So even though you're putting a flat ink on it, these have been done with water reactives, but it's still got a sheen because it's on that Centura pearl background. So we've got shimmery inks on the show, but with just a regular ink, you're going to get the sheen anyway. And that's one ink pad, just directly to it. Boop, 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 as if you're cleaning the floor with an ink pad on your background paper. If they can look that gorgeous with just that, and that's really when you start playing. So that's why I think people, so you've got any colour background you want, so which is what I love. So that's the Christmas one. Do you want me to show the everyday ones?
Yeah, why not, while we're there.
Now, talk about Art Deco. What?
Yes.
I was back to that dance. I think you must have channeled that when you did your little hand thing.
Oh, yeah.
Your Charleston. When you doing were your feet going as well?
They were, yeah. Everything was going.
Were you doing the knee thing as well, that thing?
I'll do that later.
Do that later.
That's coming up later, second half of the show.
That is definitely deco though, isn't it? I love that, shell design. But you know what, one colour, it's glorious. And then, again, very Art Deco inspired. Yeah. Now this one looks nice when you kind of graduate it, when you do it from a darker to a lighter as well. And then we've got the traditional lace. So if you want like the cottagey kind of pretty look, and pastels that look really pretty in pastels, like a Broadway Anglais kind of look. Baroque. Ooh, great for Halloween cards.
Oh, yes.
That is like, if it ain't Baroque, don't fix it. I like that, Nicola. I wish I'd thought of that. But it's perfect because it's got that kind of heavy, like haunted mansion kind of wallpaper.
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? Yeah. And then this one, great geometric repeated pattern there. Fabulous. So I like geometric with floral. I'll show you some of the cards I made with that because I like that kind of contrast, you know, that linear as opposed to like nature's kind of swirly things. So they're the two pads there, so Christmas and everyday. And yeah, great idea, very clever.
Yeah, nice and easy to use, hopefully. But as Sheena said, this is a launch day, right? So you will be seeing lots of demos. We're very busy already, I'm just hearing, Amelia, and I'm not surprised because I think this is one of those things that everybody's going to want to have. You know, if you are experienced crafter, it allows you to do lots of different techniques. It allows you to have something quick and easy, you know, within your crafty armory. If you need to make quick cards, if you need to batch make a load of cards like Sheena did over the weekend, or if you are brand new, as I said, it's a really easy way for you to be able to create some stunning backgrounds. No worries at all. Now, if you are getting these, you will just need to get some ink pads, which we do have on the show for you as well. So you just choose the ones that you want to go for. We can give you details of those in just a little while. Or in fact, we are going to just quickly show you the water water reactive bundle that we've got, and we'll chat around all of the different ink pads through the show. But water reactives will work really, really nicely with this. You are going to get 7 within the set for £21.60 or £32. So within this set, lovely colours as well here actually. You've got your orange, you've got lemon tonic, crushed velvet, you've got your oasis, spring meadow, Friar Brown, and then also your smoke plume in there as well. That's really good value as well. £41.93, £62.93 you should be paying. Platinum price, you're around about, what, £3 a pad, which is really great value. A few quick comments and we'll get into this. Coral Scott says, it hasn't stopped raining where I live since yesterday. Roads are awful. Good excuse to stay in and watch CTV. Absolutely. Hi to Diane in Hampshire and Pat, who's in from New Jersey. Melanie D joins us from Florida. Good morning, Shazelle. He says, Ben, no waistcoat. Looking good though. Yeah, sometimes I have a day off from the waistcoat. It's a jumpery day today, isn't it?
It's definitely jumper. I would say jumper, soup, nice bit of crusty bread and soup, and you've got to have a pudding. It's an apple crumble day, I reckon.
Apple crumble and custard.
The best thing about autumn is you can start thinking about all the good, nice apple pie. I watched a baking show, an American baking show yesterday.
Yeah.
Seriously, what off the chart? I wanted everything.
Really?
On it was amazing. Just saying. We do baking well, but I think you've got to see across the pond.
Bigger and better.
Yeah.
What says autumn to you? My daughter said to me last night, because we had a nice roast dinner last night, and my daughter asked me when I'm going to start making my soups again, because I love making soups.
I love making soups.
So.
Soups are brilliant.
Yeah.
Maria made a lovely butternut squash soup yesterday.
Oh, yeah, I do that,
Coconut and chilli. It was lovely.
Ooh,
a bit of lime in it.
Yeah. Oh, like you say, get your crusty bread as well.
Nice.
Anyway, hi to Lynn Morton from Newcastle. Jerry's joined us from Southern Maryland saying, having Sheena Douglass on a Monday is a perfect way to start my week. Kathy Green's in Mechanicsburg saying, good morning, Sheena and Ben. I love the resist pads. Good morning, Elle Wilson. Ben, you look rested and lovely in that beautiful sweater. Thank you. I feel snuggly.
Oh, like a teddy bear. Like a crafty teddy bear.
Yeah. Sheena, you're looking great too, she says. Good morning, Jane Quigley, Ben and Sheena, and all the lovely crafters from a very wet, flooded Stourbridge. Don says, I wish it was sweater weather here in Asheville, North Carolina. It was 88 yesterday.
Yikes.
Right, let's get into it then. Let's get going. Fire the questions in. We want to be super interactive today, so anything you want to know, anything you want us to show, then feel free to do so. Where are we going to start, Sheena?
I think samples.
Good idea.
I tell you why as well. Whenever I'm bringing anything to you, to be authentic, you've got to have your message and your connection to something.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you the samples that the team have made, and then I'm going to take you through my connection to this and why I think they're a great thing and why I would use them.
Yeah.
And then you've got, not just my take on them, but look, like boxes, I think they're fantastic. Now, I'm not particularly a box maker. You're going to see Lily for that, or one of the other guys, but they make perfect boxes. Yeah, bags, Ben. With your Ultimate, these are, because they're 12 by 12, you can colour them in any way you want and make your own everything with that, can't you?
Yeah.
Being the Ultimate. But look at how gorgeous that Christmas bag looks. But it's all about the papers. It just takes the tiniest little embellishment to go on there, or just some wording. You don't need to do much to them. Like, look, just the wording.
Yeah, it's
and
really
then the wording
simple,
cut out with the papers as well. They are the card. I really can't see the point in having fabulous papers and then covering them all up.
That's such a clever idea as well with the photos. I love that.
Isn't it? It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
What a gorgeous keepsake that would be, and a gorgeous family card, because again, trends are to send Christmas cards with you and the kids on, isn't it? But you don't have to. You used to go to printers to get them done.
Yeah, yeah.
Print them out yourself and make your own Christmas cards with the nice paper backgrounds. Even that. Look at that. I love that.
Ooh.
That is. So,
that was Nicola that did that.
Nicola, what, Nicola?
Multi-talented.
That's one of my faves, Nicola. Yeah, I'm not just saying it because
Nicola's just fallen off her chair there.
Yeah, what?
Praise from Sheena.
I have to say that if I want to keep in focus, But yeah, I'll tell you the truth later, everybody. But just until we get the show finished, let's keep it in focus.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I do. I love that. You know what I love is because I'm going to use some darker around the vignette, around the outside. It looks kind of metallic, and I like that. It's got a bit of an edge to it. I'm leaving it out because I'm coming back to that because we're going to revisit it. right? Because I like to think of things as the pretty out the box, like that, gorgeous, but then I like something with a bit of a twist as well.
Yeah.
If you can, because we've got the time to do that. Let's mix it up. Look at how shiny that is. Isn't that stunning? Beautiful.
Marvellous.
A few more. Whoop. Oh, look at that, friend.
Oh,
Love
that's
it.
cute.
And yeah, I mean, these are just like so. You know, bring your own thing to it. You know, do your own take, your whatever's your power up. Boxes again, fabulous cards. Look at that again. Love that.
Yeah.
Just elegant. It's just about the papers. You don't need anything more than that little sentiment or one of your big die cuts. Perfect. And I like Frosty. Frosty's lovely too.
Beautiful, yeah.
That is so pretty. I'm leaving that out with Nicola's because again, you know what it is? Colours. We're going to talk about colours and things, and I think that these two show colours really well. Let me show you where I went with them. Let me put these back tidily in here. Bear with, please. Please stay on the line, caller.
Your call is important to us.
Exactly. At least I'm not playing some dodgy music to you. Oh, we could sing it, yeah. That'll learn you.
Bit of green
Me
sleeves.
and Ben singing elevator music to you while you wait on the thing. Right, so here was my thinking. So I had a lot of things lying around, like watercolour fusion bits and pieces that I've cut out quickly, things like this, yeah, that I've painted. And I thought, they're just sitting there on a piece of paper that when I was trying paints out, when I was trying stuff out, I thought, wow, why waste them? Cut them out, yeah? Pop them out of one of those backgrounds like that.
Oh, wow, look at that.
How pretty is that?
Yeah.
Now that daisy was on a sheet of paper with lots of other bits I'd been trying out. And it was when I was trying out painting things for that whole range. And I'm pleased I didn't throw them out because what a gorgeous card that makes, isn't it? With just the panel. Right, and then I had another little wild rose there that I thought, well, again, that works great. You see the geometry, the geometric background there, yeah? That's, again, what I love because when you've got the organic, pretty watercolour against that graphic background, I love that kind of like clash of styles and looks. I had these little toppers from one of the Christmas kits, and I've got to say, I'm channeling Margot with this. This is the good life, is it not?
Oh yes,
I'm
that's
singing
so yes.
the music in my head. You know.
Yeah.
But it works, doesn't it? Because I thought this looks like, and the little dove with the carrying the the thing, a piece there. Again, love that background, but just a panel and a wording. I had a topper there. Quartered this up. This was Debbie started this one for me by quartering the panels up. From that other piece of paper and then created quite a masculine looking cool card. Looks very medieval.
Does,
yeah. Very, bit jousting and stuff. Happy jousting.
Bit of jousting.
You know?
Yeah.
And then you've got the Christmas, and I had this little topper here.
Love that.
But because that is so, you know, Christmas colours and all the colours there, and you see the sheen on it. And then I had these pretty leaves and things here from one of the crafters sets. And this is the band from the Nature Entwined, you know, that little circle? And I just thought that was made a really pretty card. So I think we'll do that one. Let's do that one, yeah?
Excellent.
Let's do it. Let's start with that. So, and then we'll come back to them. So basically, we'll just have a play. Now, what I've done is I have pre-cut. I've got my hoop here cut out of. So this was the die I'd cut it out with. That have a look at it, see if it's still available. Hopefully it is. And it's the die set that looks like, let me show you so you know what you're looking for. It looks like that. Nicola's found
available.
it. Yay.
Good news.
You might get it, I don't know what price it's on right now, but it might be on a good price even, I'm hoping. But that's that there, and I've cut the middle out as well.
Yeah.
Now you could colour the background, then cut the middle out, but I thought, well, I may as well do it this way because then we can work on it like that, just to save time, cut it out. And then I'm going to choose some colours. So I want a dark blue. So I'm going to go with a darkish blue. I want a greeny colour. Let's do that. Let's do this green. Or let's use the green that's in the set. Let's do that. And let's put a little bit of pink in there. Now there's different ways to apply this. We can use the brushes. We can try the brushes. Or we can use my go-to.
Yeah.
Or the blending tools. So shall we try the blending tools to start with?
Whatever you fancy. We'll try the brushes later, can't we? Because we get those.
Ben, we've got so much time
Yeah.
that we can play with these that we'll get through all of them. We'll get whatever. Just just call in, let us know what you want to see. But look how magic that is. And look at how you can control how much colour you put on there.
Yeah.
Isn't that just, this is back me to being a kid with those magic colouring books.
Oh, I used to love those.
Oh, they were
as a
brilliant,
kid.
weren't they?
Absolutely.
Loved them. So I'm just going over like that. Now, what you could do is if you wanted it even paler, but it takes the ink beautifully, I have to say, and you still get that gorgeous pearl look through it, is you could put a little bit of the glycerin on it if you wanted it to be paler again and be more pastel. That's the way to go. Let's go to pink now. Let's do.
And just whilst you say, because you're obviously using water reactive ink pads here.
Yes, I am, Ben.
What are the other ink pads we could use if we wanted to?
Anything that's water-based.
Right.
So any of the ink pads. The thing is with the sparkle, the shimmer ink pads and things, these have already got shimmer on them. It's magic paper, which basically makes it shimmer anyway. So yes, you can use them, but you've already got the shimmer on there. Can you hear me squeaking?
Oh, I was you squeaking, is it?
I am squeaking, yeah.
Get some WD-40, someone. Sheena's squeaking.
Yeah, really, yeah. It's now if it's catching a little, if it's dragging a little bit, then that's where you could put a little bit of your glycerin on there. But what I'm wanting is that I don't mind the noise. The squeak's fine because I love that blend. Look at that colour blend, that transition. It is a bit like Aurora Borealis, Nicola. It's pretty though, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
And then we're going to pop a little bit of this greeny colour on there. Let me get a lighter, and then we may do a transition from blue again. So I just think, let's go uber pretty. Let's go over this, and this is in the bundle, this green. But you can apply it direct from the pad, and you're going to get that solid block of colour like you saw the sheets, the full sheets.
Is the easiest way to go with tools though to get control, would you say?
I think so, the tools, yeah, because then you've got that. You can add more, you can add less, you can build it up, buttercup, or not. It's up to you, whatever you want to do that way, Ben. I think that for speed though, if you want bold colour and that's the colour you want, use the pad direct and just go for it, because that's the heaviest way you're going to get that. Now, the other thing you can do, if we've got that on there, I just think that's very nice. I'm very happy with that. Thank you, Nicola. Nicola approves.
She does.
That's a good one then.
Because you bigged her card up, you see, that's what it was.
Good start then.
Yeah.
Phew.
Yeah.
So I just think it's just pretty magical.
Yeah.
You can then full bleach a little bit if you want.
Oh, yes.
We can do that later.
Okay.
Shall we? Should we do that later? But look, you see, all of a sudden you've got that really lovely, from that white to not only gorgeous, cloudy, blended, ethereal colours, but shiny, ethereal colours.
Brings it to life.
Yes. So what I would do then is I had a card ready here. So I'm going to just quickly, we'll put this together, Ben. Because the other thing is I want to show you is an alternative that I had from the previous one. We'll mix it up. So I'm not going to stick loads of glue on here because we've got loads to get through. I just want to do this as quickly as possible. Obviously you stick it a little bit more, but this will do for the time that we've got. So we're not waiting for glue to dry and spending forever sticking things. So I've cut a piece also of that same background like that. Now on this one, I just think that looks really pretty, just white.
It's classy, isn't it? Like I always say, this white space, I think, is very classy. Very.
Absolutely. But what you've got, Ben, is you've got that gorgeous little bit of that pretty kind of, that little shadow colour there. But what I'm going to do with this one, let's try and just give you a little bit of an option.
Yeah.
So you can see which one you like best. But what I'm doing is I'm just catching the edge of the card. Just like this. I don't want to do a lot. I just want to do a tiny little bit to just let you see that there's a suggestion, there's a pattern there, but it's not full colour because I want your eye to go to the centre where it's all happening. See?
Yeah.
So just the smallest amount, just catching the edge. So start blending on your mat, not on the card, and pull the blending tool towards your card. Don't go on the card like that.
No.
Go on the mat.
Right.
And pull the ink towards the card, and you're just going to catch the very edges, and then we'll stick this together and see which one we like best, and then we can you've got a choice. But again, I wanted it really frosty and wintry looking and pretty, so we'll stick that. Oh, that looks so pretty.
Absolutely
that just makes
gorgeous.
Me smile as a gorgeous background like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't need even if you just put something in the middle of that, you don't have to colour the whole thing.
No, absolutely.
You really don't. It just looks nice, like, you know, without that. This is what I'm going to try and do. I think the best thing we can do with time is me try to get as creative as possible for you.
That's it.
And show you the basics, what you can do, quick hit, and then also mixing it up a bit if we can.
And I'll reiterate the shout out. We've got loads of lovely messages coming through, which we'll read shortly, but anything you want to see, anything you want us to try, anything you want to know, please ask those questions, because we want to make sure that you go away with all the knowledge so that you can get the very best out of your resist pads. Because hopefully this should be nice and easy for you to create some, you know, great projects with. Gaz is with us already in. Hi, Gaz. Hi also to Sherry Miller, who says this is so pretty. Diane says the magic is happening. Jane says reminds me of magic painting as a child.
Absolutely.
Christine says, good morning from Altoona. Your shows are a delight and very informative. Making cards helps pass the time, and I love the new techniques. Catherine loves the Art Deco patterns. Yeah, let us know in the comments as well, which patterns are your faves, which ones are you liking the most. I'm assuming the Christmas pads will be popular now as we sort of head that way. PB Brewer joins us saying good morning. Sheena and Ben, what a wonderful way to start the day. Love your sweaters. It's 90 degrees though in GA, USA. Love the products. 90s, like late 20s, isn't it? I think early 30s. 32 degrees. Wow. It's about 8 degrees here, I think.
Eek. Right, so what you would do, I've got to say, last thing you want to do is get wet glue on your Murray card. Oh,
right.
As crafters, we know we don't want that. But we'll be all right. We're going to recover part of it up. You know what? The more I'm cleaning it, the more I'm making it bad. But I'm just trying to go quickly. You would take your time and you would make sure that wouldn't happen. So what I'm going to do now is just take a little few of these little leafy things, and we'll stick them on there, like this. And then we'll, so these are, I should show you these ones I've been using as well. These are the ones, so maybe Nicola can, those ones, there Nicola. They're the Gemini Elements, they're foliage and autumn leaves.
Okay. All
right, so they are brilliant find. If they've still got them and you haven't got them, my advice would be just grab them, because they are beautiful. You could do a gorgeous autumn card like this. All you do is use one of the other papers and change the, change the colourways. Lovely, gorgeous oranges, browns and things. Love autumn colours.
We don't know if the exact product that we've just shown you there is in stock, but there's lots of other foliage options, isn't there? I think in the Thanksgiving collections we've done recently, Thankful and Blessed, there's leaves, there's plenty of options on the website for you.
It was really hard knowing what to use on these cards, because the point being, I think it's a case of what you've got in your craft room. That's the point, is whatever you've been playing with lately, it'll work with anything.
Hey.
You know, they're going to give you that finish, aren't they, Ben? I
haven't seen a few people's craft room pictures last week. I would have thought the majority of you will have a few foliage dies in your crafty armoury. That's what I'm thinking.
I think so. Was there anything like mine? Good grief, you should have seen the room yesterday, just making 7 cards.
Yeah.
Eek! Definitely,
And it was a making cards kind of day yesterday, wasn't it, as well? The weather wasn't great yesterday
either. Oh, it was horrible. You know what? It's that time of year, though, isn't it? I mean, I'd rather be sitting making some pretty cards as out there in this, if you can help it. Right, bear with. I'm looking for another, just one little bit there. So, almost there.
Just whilst we watch you decorate, we can say hi to Poor Prince. She says, I would be picking the Christmas pad. Sheila Kay says, good morning from a cloudy, rainy Luray, Virginia.
Ooh.
Hooray for Luray. She says, I love a Sheena day in Luray. Hooray. Lily's watching. She says, my favourite design has to be the lace one from the Everyday Pad. And you're just getting lots of love, really, coming through. I think people are enjoying, obviously, watching the demos, but I think a lot of people have twigged to the ease of using these. That's the genius, isn't it, with them?
Oh, absolutely.
They're super easy to use.
Look at how quickly we put that together there. And that's a different look again. Ignore the little bit of glue. that shouldn't be where it is. But that was speed sticking and speed card. But I think that is just a pretty thing there compared to that one. See, so that was that look. And then you just switched it out. Find a format that you like.
Yeah.
Change the colour slightly. I do like it with that little bit around the outside, I've got to say. You know, the elements, the wording. And then this could be autumn. You could just be a happy birthday in there. It could be summer. It could be spring. You could paint these green and still use the everyday papers in the middle. But there, that's a starter for 10 for you.
Absolutely blooming marvellous. That's another thing I don't have, says Lynn. I never think of buying foliage. There's plenty of foliage dyes definitely on the website. As I say, if you look to our Thanksgiving and also the Thankful and Blessed collection, I'm sure there are loads in there. But if you type in foliage on the website, hopefully you can find some. Beautiful demo, Sheena, says Melanie D. There's loads of love coming through. The Showstopper is very, very popular. However, a lot of people going for the individuals as well. So it's entirely up to you how you want to do it. I suppose it depends wherever your budget lies. And actually, if you want to multi-order, feel free to get a Showstopper and then order another one or another two of your favourites. The Christmas one, the most popular individually, where you get all of these designs. So snowflakes in different shapes and sizes. You've got your Christmas greetings on these as well. Christmas baubles and ornaments and the stars. You've got your mistletoe. More of these beautiful snowflakes, and of course all of your Merry Christmas sentiments there. And you choose the colour that you want to use as far as your ink pads are concerned. You know, like Sheena's just done then, maybe you want to create some sort of ombre effects too. It's entirely up to you. You are the master of your own destiny. They are £16 platinum or $19.20, which is a great price. But then you can also see just how great the value for money is on that Showstopper as well. And then you can go for your everyday ones too. So the everyday, you know, got loads of different designs in, from your sort of Baroque elements to your Art Deco. You've got your more sort of beautiful florals in there as well, your lacy designs. It's just a really lovely collection of patterns, a really good mixture. And as I say, those are all of the 12 different designs if you decide to go for the two. £16 or $19.20 per pad, 10% saving. On the website and on the shop, the show, in fact, you've got all the different ink pads for you too, and we've got a selection of blending tools for you as well. So if you need those, then those are available for you as well. But let us give you the opportunity to get checked out. If you've got stuff in your baskets, let's get you to the checkout, and we'll come back here with more of your questions, comments in about 4 minutes' time.
Day to day looks like, on a normal day when I'm working from home, get up, breakfast, quick phone call with my daughter, and then I'm up in the craft room and I spend all my time in the craft room. If it's spending a day with the grandkids, that's it. That's my best part of the day, just spending time with family and those gorgeous little grandkids of mine. The best part of the day when I'm at work is when I go on air, because I absolutely love it. Both. I prefer a shower in the morning. I feel fresher. I feel that I can tackle my day. However, depending on how that day's been, I also would have a double shower, so I'd have one in the morning and one at night too. Absolutely, 100% coffee. Will always be coffee, and flavoured coffee is my favourite at the moment. Dare I say, it's a full English breakfast, the full works, the beans, the tomatoes, the bacon, the sausage, and everything else that goes with a traditional English breakfast. Craft along. Every day of the week. I absolutely love going through the stages from the start of a project to the end of a project. So craft along is definitely my favourite choice. I can't leave without my lipstick. It's a given thing. I once didn't have a lipstick on me, and Leanne helped me out that day. Kick off the shoes, sit down for a couple of minutes, just gather my thoughts, and then grab my tea.
Oh dear. We're having some technical, more of an oh dear for me, because I was expecting a 2 minutes rest there, but it looks like I've got to come back. But never mind, it's fine. Jamie, get those fixed for goodness sake. What are you doing, man? Give you one job. Thanks everyone for all the lovely comments. Good morning, Cindy Thompson. She says, good morning, Sheena and Ben and CTV. Hello. And thank you, Sarah Thompson, who says, I've purchased the Showstopper and the Shimmer ink pads. Nice. I'm glad that you sent us that message, because we are going to move on to have a look at the Shimmer ink pads in just a moo. Angela says, loads of foliage and flowers in the special papers collections that could be perfect for toppers. Thanks for the tip. And Liz Hannah says, hi Sheena, hi Ben. This is a beautiful collection and I've got to have it. We'll grab it. And P.S. Ben, she says, I like your casual look. Yeah, smart cash, isn't it? Smart cash.
Smart cash, yeah.
Yeah.
I think you can rock it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's working.
You know, you don't always have to be super smart, do we? We'll be getting super smart in a few weeks for an event which is coming. Check your emails. Lynn says, I've just finished 2 Halloween cards for my youngest grandkids, a bit inspired by Craig, and had a great time using acetate. Marvellous. Send us the pictures we want to see.
Sure.
Lynn says, oh, I've just thought I've got the Thankful and Blessed collection still in the box. There will be foliage in there. Cheers, Ben. You're welcome. And hi to Rosalind, who says, good morning from Maryland. I tell you what, we're going to have a look with Sheena at the the Shimmer ink pads, because I know Sarah's obviously bought them. A few of you are chatting about them, and it's nice to see the different type of ink pads that we can use with the Resist. So these are the original ones giving you that silver shimmer. We've got the gold shimmer ink pads on the show as well, but we're going to concentrate on these first. 7 you're going to get within the selection. They're all done in this new style design, so easier to hold. You've got the big end there, so you can take it straight into your pads to get those bolder sweeps of colour. And of course, you've got that teardrop design as well if you need to kind of get into those nooks and crannies. But yeah, once again, these are going to be brilliant for giving you blendability and also that wonderful silver shimmer. The colours you're going to get are your frosty mint. You've got this beautiful amethyst. You've got raspberry, or raspberry if you're posh. Tropic blue, peach rose, starlit sky. Ooh, I like this one. The beautiful lime soda. £21.60 or $32 for those. Let's have a look at these with you, Sheena. Is it the same, exactly the same sort of technique we do with them?
Yeah, well, different technique. Let's try something else, because we've applied them with it, but you can apply them the same way. But I thought we'd mix it up a little bit. Let's do a little bit of, direct to paper with the. We'll pop a bit of that on. We'll pop a bit of this on, and we'll pop a little bit of this on. So what we'll do is we're going to splodge some colour around like that. Yeah. And then we're going to add some water. We're going to see what we get when we pick it up on the card. So I've popped it on there. Now I'm going to add my spritz of water. Now, if you want it more diffused, add more water. If you want it more static, less water. Okay? Yeah. And then we're going to just pop that down, give it a little bit of a smoosh, a little jiggle, and then pick it up. And every time you do it, you're going to get something different.
Nice.
Cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, but be aware that the more you pick it up, the more those colours will end up more kind of like browny if they start mixing in together. Yeah. So, but you can see there you can just maybe be a little bit more direct with that colour. And also, it's about layering. So if you think, I like that, but I want a bit more pink on it, we can wipe that up and just splodge a bit of pink on there. Be a bit more kind of direct with it. So let's pop just the pink. And some water.
Well, there's a good question. Nicola's asking whether or not you have to dry the layers in between smooshes.
You could layer that. Yes, you could, Nicola. That would be the best thing, because if I want to now build up on that, I would use that as my base layer. And then I would go over and start playing and adding colour where I want it. And see, if you scoop it like this, you're going to get that edge to it. So by doing that, you get that, see that kind of? Oh, yeah. Yeah, like that. Nice. And then, so I'm going to dry that. And then what we'll do when it dries, we'll polish the resist area.
Almost looks a bit tropical-y, that.
It does look quite tropical.
Tropical Christmas.
Yeah, definitely.
Could be an Australian Christmas, yeah.
G'day.
Good morning, Alison Lee. She's joined us from a very wet Chester. Christine Mahoney is in. Say good morning. Morning. Hello also to C. Lee, who says good afternoon. The card is stunning. You really make it look easy. I'm struggling still with ink pads, says C. Lee. I'm so confused. Sheena, I hope today is a little better for you. That's from Catherine. What are you struggling with? Let us know. Like, be more specific. If there's anything specific that you need us to show you, we might be able to help, particularly when Sheena's in the house. So if you struggle with your ink pads, whether it be which ink pads you use where, or maybe getting the best sort of blend, or which tool you should be using where. We've just had a question in from, see, I ask, and then you ask. Can I ask, are the Shimmer ink pads meant to blend or move on card?
There's a trick.
Yeah.
They're not, but we can make them, Ben.
Right.
We'll show you how. I'll get this. So this is still drying. It's going to take a while to dry.
Yeah.
But while it does, let me go on to that thing for you. I need a bit of clean, dry paper.
Okay.
And when you've dried it, then you're going to take your paper and you want to just give it a kind of a buff over the top there. And that's where the pattern's going to come through more. Maybe a slightly damp as well. Might just a tiny little bit of damp, just to take it off the the glazed bits.
Yeah.
So tiny bit of water, so then it won't take the background off, because that's matte, and it's grabbed it there. But it's just cleaning that shiny bit over the top, and then you've got a different ethereal kind of look there.
That is really pretty, yeah.
But we'll come back to that, and we'll have a play with that again. We'll come back to it, but we'll let it dry. So that's just one. You can. The thing is with these, you can stop wherever you want. So let me get a bit of card and show you how that they blend, how you can make them blend. Shall we do a little bit of that since someone's asked? So let's. So the secret is going to be glycerin, okay? Because if you just add it. If you just try and blend them, they're a bit thick and gloopy. Yeah. But if you take the ink out like this, and then we'll put another colour there. I think you do a couple of colour blends, and then pop a little bit of glycerin next to them.
So what have you gone for there? Lime soda and...
lime soda, Ben, yeah. And then put it on.
Tropic blue.
Then it should blend. See how much further that's going?
Right.
And how much easier that's going on? That's the secret to your success there, is the glycerin. And then we'll pick that one up with some glycerin, pop that on. But yes, so you can make it work, make them blend with the glycerin. And once you've got that glycerin on, you can layer it up, then you can put stronger colour on there, because it's kind of like, it's as if you've oiled the background, but it's not, it's water-based. But it makes it kind of slick, so that you can then apply colour more directly where you want it. Now, I don't have to pick this. I have to be careful with this now, because I haven't got any glycerin left on there. Yeah. But can you see how well that's blending now, because it's got that glycerin on the paper, on the card? Yeah. And we've got that really nice, ethereal, gorgeous, misty, jungle-coloured kind of blend going on. So there, that was it. So shout up if there's anything you want to know. We can do a little diversion like that, can we not?
Yeah, well Catherine's sort of coming with a follow-up question. I don't know if it is all written down somewhere, but she says, I just don't understand all the different ink pads. If it's not written exactly what it is, I don't have a clue. Yeah. I mean, is there an easy way to sort of try and remember which ink pads do what? I mean, if we're using these from what you've described here, the water reactives are the go-to, right? Let
me get the ones out that we've got on the shelves. I'm going to give you a little sneak peek to these. Let's just do that. Let's address that now.
Okay.
Right, and I'll give you my personal opinion as well, and which ones are my go-tos. Yeah. And why. So I'm just going to put that there to represent the... So your workhouse ink pads, the ink pads I go to 80% of the time. I would say 70–80%. If I want to blend on backgrounds, I want to colour with them, I want to do any of the inky techniques that I've done for years with them, for bleach, sponging, painting, distressing with anything, I'll go to water reactive. So if you're just going to collect one ink pad, and you're going to start with an ink pad to collect in this range, and I've got to say these are gorgeous, juicy, full of ink, and they're huge. great value. They're as good as any ink I've used to do that with. And I went to New Jersey to learn how to use this kind of ink,
Wow.
just saying. Just saying,
Just
New
saying.
Jersey. This is the one I would start with. Start collecting that range there. Then you go to more special effects. Also, the other one that's not represented here is the opaque ink pads.
Yeah.
They are gorgeous. Those two would be my starter foundation ones. The opaque and the water reactive, because the opaque are the ones that you can emboss with, you can heat emboss with them, and those will go on a darker card because they're, as you say, these are by nature translucent. They'll work on white card, but they won't work on coloured card, but your opaque cards will work on a craft card or a coloured background. And the thicker gloopy ink, you can stamp and emboss with them. So this is going through a rate of knots, so play it back in slower time and make a little note of it.
Yeah.
But that's them. Then you get onto your special effecting pads. So these guys, it's all about the shimmer. That's what they're intended to do. They're intended to bling on even the most matte card. So this card here is a watercolour card, and it's not meant to be shiny. It's very matte. Okay, but if I put that on there like this, and I'm just going to coat just so they can see it on there in a thicker kind of, which is what you would get if you were stamping or blending a little bit more. Can you see the shine on
No, I
that?
see it already, yeah.
Yeah,
Wowee.
that's what those guys are intended to do.
Yeah.
Now, the more you dilute them, so if you can also paint with them, so if you smudge them out, you can brush with them, you can colour in with them, you can blend with them, as I've just shown you. But if you do that, you are, bear in mind, the thing that makes it shine is the mica. And that's the same with the gold pearlescent pigment as well. So that's a silver, and it's the same deal with the gold. So the shiny stuff in the silver ones is silver based. The shiny stuff in the gold ones is a gold glittery mica. Okay?
Yeah.
That's the difference. So you either get the silver cooler based shine or the warmer gold in any of the colours. And that's, so you can blend with them, you can stamp with them, you can emboss with them, and you can faux bleach with them. So all the things, but to blend with them, you need that glycerin to make them work with the blending. And then you've got these guys here, which are the Duet. Now they're the absolute opposite to both of those things we've just shown you. These are on a shiny card, would make it dull. These by nature go on and they're flat. Think of chalk paint. Think of a gloss paint on your woodwork at home, and then think of chalk paint that we all love with your, with your chalk upcycling your furniture and things, where when you put it on, it dries to a completely flat matte finish. That's what those ones do.
Yeah.
They're a hybrid of inks, so they act differently with water. You can layer them. You can do. They look kind of like they're going to oxidize when you add water to them. Chalky. That's what they're meant to look. Because imagine if it were your chalk paint in an ink pad. That's what these guys do. And you can do all the same things with them. Maybe a little bit of glycerin to help them blend, because the most blendable ones are still the water reactive and the opaque. Hopefully that's helped.
Let us know, Catherine. Hopefully it has. And again, for those people who do get a bit confused, that was it in a nutshell, wasn't it? So maybe remember this part of the show, and then you can come back to it time and time again. And it is just nice to have the old memory refreshed just a little bit, isn't it? Wendy's joined us saying, hi everyone, I'm late to the show as I had a hospital appointment and then went Christmas shopping, eh? Wow, not long. Nicola wants to know what you bought. I mean, don't tell us if it's a surprise and we could potentially ruin that surprise. But hopefully you had a great time. And hi to Michelle, who's joined us as well. Paul Prince says, I don't know why I don't use glycerin more often. I need Sheena to remind me. Just seen it. Jerry says, I'm looking forward to seeing all of the techniques that Sheena will be showing today. All right, we've got about 10 minutes before 1 o'clock. What can we do in the last 10 minutes of this hour? Right,
well, we're all over here, so I'm thinking you'll just play it back, and normally I like to go in a logical fashion, but I'm just picking things up that are in front of me, so I'm trying to pack as much in as I can. So say you've got a chopper like this, you've painted a little bit of your watercolour fusion and you've cut it out because you think, well, that looks bonny. Maybe you didn't like something else that's on the sheet, but you've isolated that and you think, I can use that. But what colours do I want to go with that? And I think that would work really nicely on that pretty Baroque kind of background, which you can't see at the minute, but we will. It could even go on a card like that, because I think that would work as a base card.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
Very pretty. And then, so then what you want to do is think, colours. So let's have a look. Let's try Frosty Meadow. Oh, Tropical Blue. That may be more the one. And so let's show you how these blend on the card now. How about that?
Yeah.
Alrighty then. I've got so much paper out here, and I'm trying to make the blending tools last longer because I know we'll be going through them at the rate of knots. So I'm going to pick this up here, and I want this to be really delicate like the other one. So I'm just going to do what we just did before and come in at the sides like this. Really, really just build it up on this outside, but then fade it to hardly any pressure, taking off the majority of the ink at the outside. So outside the area, pull the ink in, and then kind of as if you're cleaning it off your applicator to come towards the middle. And I think that gives a gorgeous kind of posh, sophisticated application and blend. It's like a silk. It looks like silk where the light just catches it and you see a flash of colour, but it's not going to fight with your main subject. If you want to use it with something that you want to stand out, so see, I like that. It's watercolour. Watercolour's delicate. It's pastel by nature. It's a lighter application of colour. So by going full colour, I think the colour would have to be muted and dark, or would have to be subtle like this to work. Does that make sense? Because I wouldn't want it fighting, trying to steal the show from this, the A-list celeb here in the rose. That'll be trouble, Ben.
Trouble at mill.
Trouble at mill. Oh yeah, the Amdram. They'll all fall apart.
Catherine says thank you for your help, by the way. She says I'm going to watch that back and take notes.
Good.
I appreciate this as I have all of the ink pads. It can become a bit of a quagmire, can't it? Get a bit of a sort of sticky point. You're thinking, what does what again? I can never quite remember. So it's good to have a refresher.
It can. And Nicola was saying even it's good to have a refresher. So it doesn't matter how often you do this. It's good to just stop and go, okay, right, what did you do again? What's going on with this one? What does that one do?
Yeah.
And just remember their power-ups. Remember what their special,
skills is. If you go back on our YouTube channel, hopefully, if you haven't yet, go on YouTube, subscribe to the Crafters TV page. If you type in like Colour Me Happy shows and masterclasses, we've done loads over the years when we've spent like the whole show, talking about the different ink pads, as we have with things like glues where people get confused. But if you search for Craft Your Stash, it will come up with the shows that you're looking for. So we specifically did like glue schools and ink pad schools and machine shows. So yeah, have a look for that, and then hopefully that'll be able to help you. That looks amazing, Sheena.
That looks pretty, doesn't it? But you know what would look better? And this is the other thing I want to say. You can mix your ink pads. So yeah, we're going to go in with a bit of black water reactive now.
Okay.
And so what this is going to do is just going to mute that colour down in the corner, and it's going to just make it look a little bit more dramatic at the edge. So we've got even more of that a transition, and just dull it down a little bit. Just take a little bit of that bright colour away. But you can do all of this, and what we'll do is I'm going to dry it, then we're going to buff it with the cloth, and then we'll put this card together and see how that looks. But that's the point I wanted to make as well. You don't have to colour the whole thing, just colour part of it, and then work on it like that. So I'm going to have a quick dry, just to fix it, and then I'm going to take my dry, clean piece of, so try dry first. Try and see if it's going to come off with the dry paper. If you're not revealing as much of that white as you want, just take the tiniest little bit of water, just the tiniest amount, like barely damp, and then go over it, and then that will lift up, because you don't want to take the ink that you've put on the background off. You just want to reveal that pattern a little bit more, and then give it a polish. And then what I'm going to do with that, that's going to stick on there like this, which I think will look quite pretty. And this guy's going to sit down there like that.
That's great.
And then you can just pop a little ribbon or something across there. But look at the difference. Now that was a throwaway. that was like going to sit on a pad and just not get anything done to it. And I know you've got stuff in your craft room that you've created that's like that.
Yeah.
That hasn't quite made it onto a card yet, or it's part of a bigger sheet that you like that bit, but you didn't like the other bit. Look at what you can do by just doing that. I would put a band across there. And you know what? Here's the other thing. You can take this, right, should we do one more thing? Let's do one more thing. Let's just tear this like this. And we'll tear another bit like, I've got to remember which way, that's it, you want to tear it. So you tear so that the tear is towards you.
Okay.
So you've got that little thing there. So then you can either just apply that across there like this and
nice.
cut it. See, so you've got that little river of, or you can take your colour, or even let's do this, let's do it, let's go brave. That's got brown on it, it's not quite black, it's kind of like gone brown. Because what you've done is you've revealed the core of the card there, and that's going to obviously take all the ink there, and even a little bit of that pattern, if you wanted to be brave and show a little bit of that, you can go onto there. Even just black, you know, looks amazing with these. And then you can take this, I would stick that on there like that. I'm going to do that. Let's do it. Let's do it. May as well do it, eh? Let's talk about it. And then it should be about the right timing. Just cut that there. My scissors, right, just speed, I'll do it this way, inside the guillotine.
Yeah.
And then speed sticking.
There you go.
No pressure. You know what, I might even like the
Speeding
white
through.
card. I might even go with the white card. Okay, I'm still changing my mind. I think, yeah, white's the way to go.
You're running out of time.
Sometimes you do that though, but this is what you do when you create, do you not? You do something, then you go, right, that's better. That looks, because then all the colour's in there. That's going to sit on there like that with a bit of 3D glue.
Oh, yeah.
Gel, got it here. And that's another card, and that's rather pretty, thank you very much. So maybe we'll do a giveaway with these when I get home or something. Oh, we're here. I'm happy to give those if you want to do anything with that. Happy to.
I don't make those decisions, so I let the powers that be decide that, but that is a beautiful
card. If the powers that be card, then I'll do it on my Facebook page. Or
okay.
something. So there you go. So that's not bad. 2 cards there. Yeah, and then a background. So, yeah.
Blooming marvellous, that. All done in 1 hour.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful, says Kathy Myers. Vanessa says, good morning, everyone from Florida. And hi to Jane L. Safdie as well, who's joined us from the south of France. Keep the questions coming in. I've seen your question, Rose. We will fire that one to Sheena in just a little while. But as much as this is a launch day for the brand new resist pads, we do want to get your questions answered as well. So anything you want to ask about the resist pads, how they work, which ink pads you should be using, which is the best blending tool to use, whatever you think of, ask the questions, because let's use Sheena while she is here. And also make sure you keep shopping and checking out your carts. The Showstopper proving the most popular option so far. You can get both of the pads, so the 224 sheet pads, 6 designs, 4 sheets of each within each pad. You've got Christmas and you have got the everyday pads. And then the blending brushes you can see just in the center, you're going to get for half the normal price. So lots of reasons to shop. And if you shop the show as well, you will see all of those different ink pads that you can choose and add into your basket to get the very best out of your resist pads. If you have just joined us, a very warm welcome. It's just gone 1 o'clock here in the UK, Monday afternoon. It's a miserable day. I mean, there have been some miserable days since I've moved up here, but this is miserable. I mean, outside, not in here. Horrible weather. It's autumnal. It's definitely a day to make yourself a bowl of soup. Maybe have a cup of hot chocolate potentially. Just something, you know, like some warm sort of drink or food, and get your craft on with us over the course of the next hour, and indeed tonight as well. Must just mention, if you are coming back tonight at 5, we've got a masterclass, all things glitter paste. So again, If you struggle with glitter paste, if you struggle with stenciling, then you need to come back, watch that show, be interactive with us. Loads of questions, hopefully from you guys. And we've got so many different glitter pastes on that show, lots of different stencil bundles for you too. But more importantly, you need to join us, ask those questions and get involved. And if you do ask questions in that later show, you will stand the chance of winning. We're giving away the Winter Wishes collection. And all you have to do is get in touch and ask a question, say hello, join in with some bants, whatever you fancy, really. Ask a question. Oh yeah, ask a question. No, I said that a minute ago. I said, ask a question, join in with some bants, then you went, ask a question, and I was like, double ask questions more than the bants, yeah? Because that's what masterclasses are. It's not a banter class, is it? It's a masterclass, right? So more questions, less banter. Banter class coming your way tomorrow, live at 5. Then we want the banter, no questions. Hi, Crystal Hodges, it's not really, by the way. Hi, also Crystal Hodges, who says, beautiful, Sheena. Jane Quigley says, so pretty, some amazing ideas and inspiration. And Rhonda says, good morning to Ben, Sheena, crew, Team Social, and all my lovely crafty friends from Oak Park, Chicago. I just heard it's Debbie Fisher tomorrow, so it probably will be hashtag banter class. Also, hi to Alison, who says, Sheena is a fabulous teacher. It's being brave and playing. Would never have seen black to edge such light colours, and that's what it is. And again, if you want us to play, if you want Sheena to try something out, we've said that we are happy to do that, even if we don't know if it's going to work, because then at least if it doesn't work, you haven't wasted one of your pages of your pads. We've done it for you. We've used the company's pads. So get in touch, ask, and let us know. Now, gold shimmer ink pads. I thought I had those here, but I don't. I'm sure they were there.
Do you want me to show them online?
Yeah, I've got Duet ink pads, I've got water reactive, and I've got silver shimmer, but no gold. Ah, I've got a board.
Yeah, have you got the board?
Not the product. I'll just quickly show you the board, and then Sheena can show you the pads. Basically, everything you saw with the original shimmer ink pads that you saw, that you know about, you can do with these. But this time around, you can see if I give that a little wiggle to about there, you've got that beautiful gold shimmer coming through. 8 different colours in the flame pink, majestic ruby, peach terracotta and golden honey. You've got your cosmic purple, gilded sky, midnight shore and secret garden. Saving 35%. Platinum price is $23.96 or $35.80. Let's have a look at these with Sheena. Some lovely questions coming through as well. So we'll do those in just a second. These again we can use with the pads.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what I just did with the silver shimmer, exactly the same with the gold shimmer. Exactly the same. It's just the glitter in there that's different. So so there's the golden honey there. Yeah.
Yeah.
The gilded sky, the cosmic purple. I like that. The peach terracotta, secret garden, midnight shore, majestic ruby, and your flame pink. So these are all. Notice they're all kind of a warmer colour palette. They've got a lot of kind of as opposed to like cooler colours. These colours are all going to look gorgeous together, these warmer tones. Look at those 3 together, flame-like, gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
So that's where you could, or should we blend something with those 3?
Yeah, why not?
I know, that's fine. I've got loads of paper cut that we can do that. Let's try that Art Deco type one. Let's do this with that. So I'm going to take the lids off the 3 of them, so they're ready to go. And because they're water based, they shouldn't have, they're going to evaporate. It's not one of those things where you've got to put the lids on ASAP or you're going to end up with nothing. So I'm going to start with this one on the top. Yeah, this is the peach terracotta here on the top, and I'm just blending with the applicator.
Yeah.
Now you could go direct to the paper as well, but I do like the fact that you can build it up if you want. And what I'm liking is, can you see where you've got like some of the shine and then you've got some of the ink? It's got that little kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like the 2 colours are coming out. You can see the 2 colours are quite a lot. So we can go across like that and build it in bands, build it in circular movements like this, but it's really, so what you're doing is you're putting bling on bling here. So this is uber bling here.
You know the blending brushes we get in the collection, do those give you sort of like a lighter application than the blending tools?
What was that, sorry, Ben?
The blending brushes that we get in the
Yes.
collection, do they give you a lighter initial
They
application?
will, yes, and
Yeah.
they are perfect for the Duet ink pads.
Yeah.
You definitely want those for the Duet ink pads, for
Okay.
sure. So what I'm doing with this is, wow, that's juicy. Look at that. Look at the colour on that. That is
Juicy,
intense
man.
pop of colour. So what I'm noticing is from one blend into the other,
Yeah.
and what I want to do is I want to smooth that out somehow. So I'll probably, what I'm going to do, can you see the way it's kind of like, it's dragging a little bit, the ink's kind of like splitting a little bit?
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is have to think of a way to lose that, because I don't want to keep that bit there like that. I want to make that a little bit different. So I need to do that, I would have to go literally over with a whole pad like this, but then that's a bit excessive with the ink, I think, don't you?
Yeah.
And it's covering a lot of my background colour like that. So this is what I mean about real time, like learning, trying things out together. I have to say my favourite is still the water reactives with these. These ink pads are fab, but for control,
Yeah.
they're definitely water reactives are the way to go in my book, I would say, for sure. So now we've got a lot of ink on there, but it's patchy. So I don't think the blending brushes are going to make a big difference to that. We can try it. Let's see what we're going to get there. If that'll drag them out a little bit.
Maybe a little bit
It
of
might
movement.
actually be blending it out a little bit more.
Oh yeah, it is.
I think it is. I think what it's doing is it's taking a little bit of that excess ink that's on there off.
Yeah.
It's just, it's like, you know the ink where it was puddling up a little bit, where it was kind of skimming across the surface. And
Those lines are definitely
congregating.
disappearing. Look at that.
So that,
almost like you've
actually,
erased them.
that is much better. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's where you would use a blending tool then, for
Yeah.
sure. So that's a definite on the shiny card with the shiny ink. Definitely, that's the way to go.
Perfect.
Perfect. And then we need the dry bit of paper. Well, that's quite dry, and you need to polish this to get the lines revealed. And if you need a little bit of moisture on there, we'll try that as well. Oh no, I've taken it off the background. I should have said it first. Oh, this is like Groundhog Day background. We'll start it again. But then,
I quite like it.
I quite like it.
It almost looks like the lights are on. The lights are on, but no one's home.
It's a bit like the theatre we're at on Saturday night.
Oh yeah, what did you go and see?
Well, Maria had brought me a bit back. She's not even a Beatles fan, but we went to see the Cavern Beatles.
Oh yeah.
And I loved it. It's like, what? Like definitely the lyric queen on every Beatles song. But it was in this gorgeous called the Regal in Evesham, and it's an old cinema, and it's absolutely stunning place, and it's all Art Deco. And they've restored it, and you know you have to. Well, it's an independent, so you have to go to keep it. If you like it, you've got to use it.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to
Use it or lose it.
Oh, absolutely. That's how it goes, yeah. And that's basically. But yeah, it's pretty
That's so good.
nice. So double shine, double whammy,
Yeah.
and then with those rays, which is very Art Deco.
And all from playing.
All just plain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me make sure I put them in the right tops now. Here we go. Give me a minute. Right. Get me very focused in operation. I've become that. You know that my mother used to always look down her nose to read them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I am there now.
I get that feeling. I'm like that already as
Yeah.
well. So many pairs of glasses.
Oh yeah.
Anyone thinks a bunch of Specsavers. Jane says, I have these pads, I've only stamped with them up to now, but I'm thinking, wow, to blending them. Absolutely should be doing that. Those brushes have a much better effect than the Daubers, says Jotty. And Carolyn says, thank you for the explanations. I'm old enough that all that was available when I started crafting was dye or pigment inks. There's certainly a lot of choice nowadays, and there's a lot of choice when it comes to blending as well. We popped together actually a really nice little bundle of blending tools, including your heat-resistant non-slip mat. 13 by 19, this one. Heat resistant as well, as I say. And just a great surface to be working on, particularly good if you're traveling, you haven't got a glass mat, maybe just going away and, you want to do all of your different sort of watercolour and mixed media techniques. And this mat is absolutely brilliant. You can cut it down a little bit smaller if you don't want to use the full size of it. Now, a lot of people have bought these previously as well as little things to put down the floor to put their pets' food on. No word of a lie, because they're easy to clean up as well. So you get your mat. You're then also going to get within your set a blending palette or mixing palette, so you can pop all of your different colours in there. Love the fact that it's shaped like a little flower as well, which is quite cool. Then you've got your sponges. So all the different types of blending devices in here, actually. And good, if you are going for the Showstopper, because then you'll get your blending brushes and all of the other options as well. I know our Debbie Robinson absolutely loves these. Those are a sort of go-to, I believe. Then, depending on which of the blending brushes you want to use, it doesn't really matter because you've got your blending tool, square. It's a rectangle. That comes with the actual tool itself and then 2 of those heads. And then you've also got within the set 10 of your replacement heads. You can obviously clean those if you want, but it's great to have all of the spares. If you're more of a circular person, no bother, because we've then got your circular blending tool as well. That one also does come with your 10 replacement circular heads as well. And last but by no means least, we are also throwing in 4 of your misters. So that's a really comprehensive set. Whatever. The good thing about this again is you've got all of the different options to try out for a really low price, £20.80 or £34.40. And as we said, if you do then decide to go for the Showstopper as well, you've got the blending brushes in there for half the price that they should be. So you've got all of the different options within that set to explore. So yes, you will be unstoppable, as producer Nicola has just said. You will be blending everything. You'll be splendid at blending. Love the blending of the colours, says Diana. Do you want a couple of questions? Because we've got a few coming in.
Sure.
Pat, I mean, we've already touched on these. She says, I've got the gold shimmer inks, but I've never seen the silver. Not sure where I've been. They came out before the golds. They were like the original shimmer ink pads. Sheena used those in the last hour. If you want to go back and have a little look at those. Question from Kathy, which is sort of preempting what we're doing tonight, but it's fine. She says, if you use the glitter pastes, what paper's best to use?
A heavier weight paper.
Right.
So nothing too thin, because the pastes themselves are quite rigid and tough. So they'll go on anything, a card, but it needs to be a heavyweight card, 300 GSM and up, I would say. So acetate, they'll go on acetate, they'll go on coated card, mirror card, regular card, they'll go on glass, they go on fabric, they're tough. Yeah. But just card-wise, just a heavyweight card.
One more for now. Keep these coming in, please. I know it's launch day, but we encourage your questions. Rose is saying, she says, if I make colour swatches from all of my ink pads, do I use watercolour card for them? And is it best to go straight over with the pad or use a blending tool?
Well, there's a thing. You know what? I would probably, if I was making a colour chart, I would probably want to make a colour chart with just the, so say this was a piece of card I was going to do a colour chart with, and I got my, let's do this silver then, because somebody was just saying about the silver. Let's go back to that. I would probably do on something like this, and I would take this and I would do a little thing like that, if I could. And it doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to be like this. Right, and then I'd write next to it what they are, underneath what they are. Yeah, because that's important, because then that's kind of no point unless you do that. But what I'd also do, if I could, if I had room, is I would do this. Because I know I'm going to want to use them like this. And I'd get my brush, and I would wet them. And I do a little swatch like that. And then I can see how they paint and how you can blend them out. See? So then it reminds me that they look one way when they're directly from the pad, in that thick kind of gloopy state. But if I want to paint with them, I can do that and paint them like with a shimmery watercolour effect, and you're getting more bang for your buck, more value out of your investment, because they are more than just the ink pad to stamp with. See how pretty? So you've got pastel versions of all those colours as well, and that's when I'd write on them and continue and keep a chart like that. Does that make sense?
Excellent, yeah. And I think we are up to date with the questions. Say hi to Amanda who's joined us, saying good afternoon, Ben, Sheena and fellow crafters. What a great start to the week. Yes, it's always great when Sheena's in the studio. Hi to Anne from the Twin Cities as well. He says good morning. A little cold this morning, only 46F 8C here in Minnesota. I may need to close the windows or stick on a nice cosy sweater. We're having a sweater day here today at Crafters TV.
Sweater and soup day.
A sweater and soup day,
like that.
absolutely.
Okay.
And craft, of course, with our brand new resist pads. What were you going to show us next?
Well, I know we've got all the ink pads on the show, but I was wondering if they work with watercolours.
Oh, yeah.
Shall we give it a go?
Why not?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's try the regular everyday background. Let's try this lacy background. Let's do that one. Let's try this. And so I've got my watercolours here. Now this is where that palette that Ben was just showing you would be perfect, because I would take some colours and I'd mix them. So what I've done is I've got my colour chart here that I've made. So let's go pretty colours. Let's do a bit of this blue here. That looks lovely. So I'm going to take some out like that, and I'm going to pop it on my, but this would be in my palette. Yeah, this would make more sense to be in my palette.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to pop some of this gorgeous pink as well. Beautiful.
Beauty.
There, like that. So I'm going for strong colours, not the pastel colours, the strong, impactful colours, because that's what you're going to need to, I don't want to put a lot of water on these, I just want a lot of colour. And then let's try a greeny colour. Let's go for that green there. Let's try those three and see what we get. So start with that, and then what I'm going to do, so there's ways to do that. We can brush it on, or we can, Brian.
Oh, yes.
Brian's the man. So we're going to wet the sponge. We're going to wet it like that. Give Brian a bath. Take away most of the moisture. Leave a little bit more in, and then we'll pick that up, and then we'll go ahead and we'll just go across the surface like this with some pink, and then we'll do a little bit of blue.
Okay.
And then we'll go in with the green. And so what we're going to find is probably you're going to have to build this up a little bit. I'm going to take a little bit more intense pink.
Yeah.
And pop that on like that. So this is just easier than brushing. If you're not confident with the paintbrush, if you go over it like this with your sponge, you're just really kind of, it's like as if you're cleaning the background rather than putting any paint on.
Yeah.
I want a brighter green. Let's do that green there. And then we can take the bit of paper again. I've gone through some kitchen paper today, Ben, and we'll take off the excess.
Yeah.
And yes,
Beautiful,
very
that.
nicely, thank you very much,
Yeah.
with your watercolours.
Excellent.
And what you can do is you can build that up, we can dry that, and then you can add another layer on if you want. But what I would say is don't over wet it, just let it dry, and then add a little bit more. Let's see if we can get a little bit more intense colour on there now. So a little bit more of that blue. Put it in a streak like that. More of this bright green. And definitely more of the pink.
Yeah. Janelle's just joined us saying, just joining in, can't wait to see what Sheena has up her sleeve today. Go back and watch the last hour. She had plenty up there.
Me jumper sleeve.
Yeah. Dion says, you both look nice and cosy. We are today. And Rose says, brilliant. Thank you, Sheena. Loads of great hints and tips. Any more questions, fire them in. Just under 14 minutes to go on the show. That's incredible though, I love that.
So now we've built that up, see, we've got more colour on there. So when it dries, give it a polish even more, because then it'll come up brighter. But at the minute, that watercolour's still a little bit wet. But yeah, works great with that. So that's a tick off the list. Right?
Love it.
That's the way to do it.
What else do you want to see? Your launch day show, your masterclassy style launch day show. Masterclass is coming up later on there as well with the glitter paste. So think of questions for that later, because the more you comment, you will be rewarded. Got a prize to give away in that show. It is celebrating, I did read this earlier, it's celebrating the autumn/fall equinox, which was on Sunday or is on Sunday. It was yesterday. Yeah, so we're giving away the Winter Wishes collection, which is a rather beautiful autumnal fall kind of box with loads in it. So make sure you tune in tonight and you could be winning that. We're going to have a break. We're going to give you opportunities to get checked out. Any more questions, any more comments, fire them in. Anything else you want to see, and we are quite happy. If you missed the first hour, don't think, oh, I wonder if they did that in the first. Ask. If something comes up again, we've got time, we'll certainly do it for you. But in the meantime, as I say, stuff in baskets, get that checked out, and we will come back in about 4 minutes' time.
I like to get up, relax, get a cup of tea, then get myself sorted. And if I'm presenter, I'll write all my notes. If I'm the demonstrator, I'll get my prep out, have another look at it, make sure that everything is the way it needs to be for the show, do the show. Then what I'll do is I'll grab something to eat, then have another look at the sheets again, making sure the next show's all good to go. Then we do that show, tidy. I always like to make sure that the area is nice and tidy, either for myself the next day or whoever's in. Jump in the car, head home. I will quickly unpack what I need to unpack, and then I on that sofa as quick as I can. Soon as we go live, I love that within our live shows, I always get the butterflies. Soon as we get that countdown in our ear that we're just going live, butterflies kick in, and within about 10-15 seconds, I'm going. Butterflies have gone, and we just enjoy the show. Early riser. Oh, shower in the morning. Tea. Oh, savoury breakfast. Masterclass. My mobile phone. Oh, anything with chicken. Currently, it is the weekend, Blinding Light, and it has been for about a couple of years, and I still love it. Apart from jumping in the car, chilling on the sofa, watching TV.
Come in, check my emails, then lay the shows out in the studio, set pack shots up. Then I will get new polls, pick shows, solve any problems that need solving. We deal with other teams where we receive marketing suites, we receive boards. We pick samples to send to Hobby Maker. We pick samples to send to QVC. We will take the previous shows out of the studios, set the new shows up. We do floor manage occasionally, not all the time, making sure that the craft expert presenters have everything at hand that they need. Anything that they haven't got during shows, we will run about and get the products for them. Think on a morning when it's really quiet, I can get more done when there's nobody else in the building. Night owl. Morning. Coffee on a morning, tea the rest of the day. Savoury. Normally lunchtime. Craft along. Mobile phone. Christina's chicken wrap. Barry White, you're my first, my last, my everything. Go home and make the tea.
She's just drying her hair, just been outside, absolutely tipping it down. It's just, that's what you can hear in the background. I love the lace design of the paper, says Pat. Yeah, beautiful designs across the pads. I'll show you them again quickly in a sec. Gorgeous, says Dion. Paw Print says that was fantastic using the watercolours. And Jeanette says, I have the Winter Wishes collection. It is beautiful. Paw Print says, yesterday was the first day of fall with highs 80s weather here. Wow. Also my anniversary. Well, happy anniversary. Those are the designs in the pads, by the way. If you want to go for the Showstopper, you get both of the pads. It just allows you to create absolutely brilliant backgrounds, fabulous cards. You know, we've obviously shown you different mediums that you can use. You use the one which works best for you, but you know, you can pop one color over the top. Rashina's been showing you apply multiple colors to these. Really quick, easy backgrounds in lots of distinctive styles that you're getting within the everyday, from Baroque to your sort of Art Deco and everything in between. Then you've also got within this set all of your beautiful Christmas designs as well. And I absolutely love these. I think these are the ones you'll be turning to first with Christmas not too far away. There's snowflakes and stars and ornaments and Christmas foliage, mistletoe, you name it, it's there. And you get those 6 designs once again, 4 sheets of each within the bundle, giving you 24. If you go for the Showstopper, you'll then also get the beautiful soft bristled brushes for you as well. And you get this half price within the bundle. And like we said, the great thing about this show, you've got all of the mediums, all of the ink pads that you would want in other bundles, and you've got all of the ways to apply them as well, which is great. I love the fact that we've put a blending bundle together, and as we were saying, if you go for this and then add that blending bundle in, you're pretty much there as far as all of the ways to apply your ink is concerned. Hi to Dion, who says that all the designs are awesome. Shaz says, I just had crab soup for lunch. Yum. Ooh. Sounds very nice. Liz says, I've just purchased the Showstopper and a couple of extra goodies. Did you share the crab soup out, or did you eat it all to yourself? Were you shellfish?
Oh.
You started that one, Nicola.
Oh.
And Janelle says, got my lino stamps and my holographic paper pads over the weekend, but since I have completely torn my craft room apart to rearrange everything, I had no place to play with my new stuff. It will be amazing though when I get it all done, but for some reason, that thing called work, schmirk, work keeps interfering with me and my craft room. Well, thanks everyone for the comments. Thanks for everyone who's been shopping with us today as well. We're into the final sort of half an hour. Last chance to in for those questions, please, and anything else that you want to see. But I think Sheena's just going to continue in play mode, aren't you?
I am. I've gone to play mode.
Yeah.
I've gone completely. I
Play
had that
mode.
little bit of thinking time.
Yeah.
And probably a dangerous thing. Because I'm thinking we'll make a snowy scene.
Oh,
on the
yes.
snow play.
Why not?
Let's see if we can.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it through as I'm going. I have no definite plan, but let's see what we get.
Let's do it.
So I've got Oasis, I've got Midnight, I've got Lagoon, and I've got a blending tool, and that's very important. And the first thing we're going to start with is Oasis. So, and I've got some torn paper here. So I'm going to do something like that there. Let's make a mountainous kind of effect. So I've torn paper,
Yeah.
and I'm going to take this and I'm going to put that right up to my torn paper bit like that. And I'm creating some hilly kind of foreground here by just applying the ink like this along that edge. And the good thing with this is you don't know what exactly you've got until you move the paper and then see, oh, okay, like it, not so much, don't know. But you know what? It's always going to be interesting.
That's it.
And whatever we've got, we can usually make it work. Tweak it if we need to. So that's the first bit. And then we've got a mountainous
Ooh, I
kind
like.
of thing going.
Yeah.
And then what we'll do is we'll put this one here, like that. And then we're going to go darker. Let's go with the Midnight here. wanted a darker applicator. Let me just give you a sec, please. I will get a clean or a dark blue one. That'll do. That looks dark-ish because I want to keep that one quite pale still.
There's loads in that bowl over there if you ever need to have a
Yeah,
look.
there is, but they're all dirty.
Oh, are they?
Ben, yeah.
Is that why they're in the bowl
That's
then,
why
is it?
they're there,
oh,
yeah.
dear.
They need taken home and put in the washing machine.
Yeah, exactly.
There. So
Waiting
what
for
I'm
someone
doing-
just to take them home.
Yeah, hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm just using this now, and I'm using it really bold because you can. And I think it'll look quite pretty because we want those patterns to show through. Okay.
Oh, okay,
not
yeah.
bad at all. Looking quite graphic, quite cool.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do the same with this lighter colour at the top. And I'm going to come down like this. So we're going to do a sky. And I'm going to start off with a lighter blue. But I don't want to put it right to the horizon. I want a little glow along the horizon because the point is we want to see the snowflakes falling. So lighter colour first, and then we'll go with the darker colour, and then we'll put a moon in the sky, why not, eh?
Put what, a moon in the sky?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's the plan anyway.
Okay.
I
And
may
if
wish
anyone
I
can,
hadn't said that.
Sheena can.
I may regret it, but you know what? Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
That's it.
Give it a go, eh? Right, so now we've got that sky there.
That's really cool.
Pretty,
I
isn't
love
it?
that.
Yeah.
Only you could make a scene out of a pad like this. You know what I mean? It's
Hey, I
just,
can
it's
create
brilliant.
a scene anywhere, me, Ben. Seriously. Drama queen, not.
Can't take her anywhere. Makes a scene everywhere she goes.
Yeah.
Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Good morning, Susan Urch. Says Ben and Sheena. Good morning from Gurney, Illinois. How did I miss the winter wishes? Well, I'm just going to have to put it in my basket. I am loving the show, Sheena, she says.
Thank you.
The winter wishes, you may win later on as well because we are potentially, well not potentially, definitely giving that away to somebody in the later show just for a comment or a question.
There you go.
So make sure you join us later on for masterclass.
So now you've got an option. Do we want to go a bit more drama and do a little bit more like get black into the mix?
Oh, drama, yes.
Let's go again.
Bit more
drama.
Bit more
Not like
we love a
myself
bit of
again.
drama, don't we?
Oh.
We love a bit of drama. We are. Sheena's always causing a scene and we're always causing a bit of drama.
Absolutely. What a team, eh?
What a team.
So,
Charlotte's just enjoying this as well. Says, this is so pretty. Sheena is so talented. She is talented.
oh.
100%.
Right, I'm going to attempt a freehand circle before your very eyes
Okay.
without the aid of a safety net.
Uh-oh. Don't
Oh.
try this at home.
Roll up,
Yeah.
step right this way. That was my bit of Beatles reference there.
Oh, yeah. Roll out
Yeah.
for the Magical Mystery Tour.
Absolutely, yeah.
Did they sing that?
Hey, they didn't, but I tell you what, they had good voices. McCartney one did
Yeah.
yesterday, just him,
Yeah.
guitar. What a voice!
Sounded just like him.
Absolutely pitch. He had the best accent as well. He did sound like McCartney because he was doing all, oh yeah, great. You know,
What does Paul McCartney do?
great, yeah, you know, the whole thing. And Ringo was like, Ringo didn't look like much Ringo, but yeah, he was so, his voice was phenomenal, Ben.
Sheena went to a Beatles
tribute.
gig, Beatles tribute.
Yeah.
Were they all dressed like them as well then?
They did, yeah. It
Yeah.
was the Cavern Beatles. I've been to see the bootleg Beatles a few times.
Yeah.
And they were brilliant. They do a whole stage thing and they dress up and do the whole thing from they go back to Sgt. Pepper.
Oh, yeah.
And they do even the rooftop, you know,
Abbey Road.
Get Back and
Yeah.
and the whole you know, the rooftop thing. Yeah, exactly. But these guys concentrated more on like the Cavern type time, but you know where they discovered Scylla and stuff.
Oh,
and-
yeah.
yeah, and Maria was going, she didn't realise that most of the songs, it was like, oh, Ticket to Ride came on, because
Yeah.
she really likes the Carpenter singing, and that went, well, they kind of wrote it, Maria. Yeah, you know, all the songs that, Ticket to Ride.
Written by the Carpenters?
Yeah, The carpenter's version, you know that Ticket to Ride?
I never knew that.
Yeah, and like stuff like Step Inside Love or
Step Inside Love, yeah.
Yeah, I wrote that. And
Yeah.
so we've got the moon there. It didn't fall bleach brilliantly, but it's enough. So know when to stop, because I'm not going to get any more off there. But what I would do is just end up like damaging the card.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that. But I think that looks really pretty with a little greeting, a band there with a Christmas something on it. So another quick idea. I mean, you could even do tags like that. You could cut them up and do them little things and then make a few Christmas tags out of it. I don't know if I've got any Christmas little embellishments and things in here. I just brought lots of bits and pieces. Let me see, just to give you an idea, if we can put that on together to make a card.
Well, you've got loads of tags in there, haven't you?
I've honestly been collecting, Ben. I've gathered. So you've got a little Merry Christmas there. You could put on, you could put the little dove there, couldn't you? Whatever, just like, you know, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that would work. Peace on Earth, that would be pretty as well, just with a band across there like that. I like that better. And a little bit of ribbon. Yeah, probably torn or... Yeah, it doesn't take much to make a card, but I trim it down, mat and layer it, and that would be, yeah, that doesn't go. Yeah, okay, yeah. Another idea for you?
Lovely.
Alrighty, let me get rid of these and then we'll come up with something else.
I'm just hearing more from the gallery. These techniques are tempting me into buying, says Gals. Diane says the snowflakes are my favourite. And I'm loving these pads, says Vanessa, especially with Sheena's demos and how to use them. Melanie D says this is an awesome demo. And Vanessa says the temptation has got the best of me and I bought the Showstopper plus a couple of extra pads. Good work. The Showstopper is the best value for money option because you get both of those pads and then we bring you those blending brushes that you couldn't get for love and money, and we've got those within the bundle for you. They are now just half price within that bundle. Premium blending brushes. You've got those beautiful, the softest of soft bristles on there. You really have 5 brushes you've got within the set, and then you've also got an individual case for each one too. So all of that is included. Jane, I love your idea on that last little project. She was saying that Santa's sleigh flying over that background would look good.
Yeah, it would look
wouldn't
great.
It?
Yeah,
one of those little dice cut silhouettes.
I mean, I'm sure you'd have stuff in the house that, you know, would be there to just get your hands on stuff. There'll be stuff you got hanging around that'll be perfect. So I've created a quick little tag shape here just to give it, just to try another technique. Should we try another look?
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's all been pretty and lovely but shall we go a bit grungy? Shall we try and go for a metallic-y kind of...
Grunge is good.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's just see what we get because it's fun to play, I think. So I'm going in with some orangey colour here to just give that a little bit of a kind of coppery kind of look. Look at that. Isn't that just joyous when you see the colour, the pattern coming out? Love that. So we could do a couple actually. You could do one that's like a rusty kind of coppery looking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's try that then. Let's do this one like that. And then we could do another one that's a bit verdigris-ish looking thing because you can. So I've used some of the orange there and now I'm using Friar Brown, which is the warmer of the browns. Just to give it, and it also looks a bit autumnal. I think it looks really pretty, like that. Very opulent gold. When you use the gold, the orange and the brown, it gives it the look of a shiny gold because you get those reflections. Gold isn't just a bright gold when you see it, and you see the in the flesh, and you see the super shiny stuff.
Yeah.
Because we recently also went to the Tower of London and saw the jewels.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
When did you go there?
That was last weekend, and that was not this weekend, just gone. It was the weekend before. That was again something that would be. It was a Christmas gift from Maria's mum.
Yeah.
And we had a fabulous day in London. Yeah, it was amazing. So that is like what we've got there, but if you want to make it look even more dramatic, you've got to get the black into the mix. And there's might be a little bit of blue in this as well. So by putting this on here, that's going to give that more of a tarnished, kind of reflective look in places, so that you've got some lighter bits and darker bits, and especially around the outside.
I don't know if I've ever been to the Tower of London, actually.
Just have fun. I thought the tower was a tower. I thought it was like one tower.
Yeah.
It's like a whole city in there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. There's loads more in there than just a tower.
What other stuff is in there apart from the crown jewels?
Oh, lots of bodies.
Oh.
That was really funny. The Beefeater, the guy who did the tour,
Yeah.
they actually they live on site and everything.
Did they
And,
actually?
Yeah, and he was saying he's got his kids are there.
He's got what?
And he hasn't got the heart to tell his kids that next to his bedroom, in the wall, there's 2 bodies in the bedroom wall.
Whose bodies are they?
That's it. He said, well, I think they know about them. It's not a current thing, but not needing DCIV or a standard pet or anything like that.
Oh, blimey, right.
But yeah, no, they know. They're like historical. But they're like, yeah, way back when, you know, when they were a bit naughty, weren't they? Where they like to chop off a head and,
Yeah,
you know.
off with his head. and all
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah. He said he might tell them when they're teenagers, but at the minute he hasn't got the heart to tell them.
Hey, if the walls could talk, eh?
Exactly, yeah, definitely. Definitely in that sense. So what I'm doing now is, because I've roughed up the side of this, when you put your ink on, it's going to grab that colour. Can you see? And now you've got that like kind of rough, kind of more of a grungy kind of look. And so you can, even though they're pretty papers, and you can make them look just pretty with the colours and everything, you can get a little bit more grungy with them. See?
Yeah.
Yeah. When you
Fantastic.
bend them, you'll get the light. So
Beautiful.
that's one colourway.
Yeah.
Should we try another colourway?
Why not?
I'm enjoying playing with these.
Lots of love coming through for that tag.
Excellent.
Good morning to Robin, who's joined us, and also Stacey, who says, I love learning from you, Sheena, and you look nice in a sweater, Ben, says Stacey. We've decided it's a sweater day today. It's horrible, isn't it? Hopefully, wherever you are, the weather's good. I know pretty much across the UK, it's pretty miserable today, and if you're wherever the flooding is down south, I hope you're all fine. Chazelle says that the last snowflake scene that you did would look great with the polar bear stamp and die. And that's the thing, isn't it? You know, you just showed us all these different ways to use them, different colour palettes.
Yes, you know what to put on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, all those cute little character ones that I launched. You know, the little deer and the snowman, and there was all the little cute people. They'll all sit on that background. That's the fun of it. That's what you want to be playing with for sure. So what I'm doing here is I'm going teal kind of colour from the lightest to the darkest again around the outside. Just a cooler, kind of grungier version of what we've just done. But instead of the warm colours, I've gone with the pale blue, and now I've gone with and then we'll go with the dark blue. And just have a mix it up with that, and then we'll get some black into the mix as well.
Last chance to get those questions in. 15 minutes left on the show. And if you didn't know, tonight we are back at 5 with a masterclass. It's all about the glitter pastes. Got a lovely selection on that show, actually. Glitter pastes from the chunky glitters to fall, to our standard glitter paste, and then we've got a load of stencils as well. The original glitter paste stencils, mesmerising stencils, fall stencils. 3D partial embossing folders are back tonight as well, plus loads of mixed media-y type stuff, including more blending tools, and the heat tool as well is on the show tonight with the free stamping foam. So do have a look. Shop the show before we get there tonight. And if you are on the website as well, I believe there are loads of sales currently, from the end of summer sale to the outlet sale to the sewing sale. There's a Sarah signature sale. There's the sale of sales. I might have made that last one up. There's loads of sales. So through September, outlet sale, Spectember, bog off deals, bog off dies, Sarah's signature sale, And then the Gem 2 flash sale, which was on last Thursday, we've extended it till the end of the week, I think. So lots to shop for. Jane says, I'm watching wrapped in a shawl with a hot drink. So cold here. Cozy crafting. Cozy crafting, that's what today's all about.
Absolutely. We had a fire on last night.
Did you?
Yeah. Wimps though, right? Yeah, really. I've been spoiled since I've been down south. Yeah. Not the hardened Geordie I once was, Ben.
No, you see. Hang around with us southern softies for a while and it catches on. Catches on.
So what I've done here, what I would normally never do, is you saw that I used some water there and I wiped it, yeah?
Yeah.
And then I went over with the ink again, and I would never normally do that because the card would be too absorbent and it would take all the colour too much and it would grab it. But I wanted that darker effect. So by going back over with the blending tool while it was still damp, I've got that really dark, intense look now around the outside. So if you want more colour, that's a little tip there to do.
Love it.
Okay, so yeah, another couple of ones there.
Excellent. We have got the Duet ink pads on the show for you as well. Just before we have a look at a few more final bits and pieces. Hi to Shaz, who's joined us, and Vanessa, who says tonight's show is going to be so fantastic since I love bling of all kinds. Yes, it's going to be very sparkly, very glittery and very blingy. Duet ink pads are on the show, as I mentioned. If you want to get these, you're going to get the 11-piece selection for $33.54 or $50.12, saving $23.96 or $35.80. These are those kind of hybrid water-based ink pads, giving you the ability to do all of your layering techniques, all of your blending techniques. You can add your water to these as well to give you that really sort of almost sort of oxidized, sort of chalky finish, but they are absolutely brilliant for doing all sorts of different techniques with. You can paint with these, of course, as well. Arliam said that these were her go-to, her favourites, didn't she? If you remember a while back, as far as ink pads were concerned, if she was pushed, these were the ones that she would choose. But you get them again in that sort of teardrop style, if you like. So again, ergonomically designed, nice and easy to take into your pads, just straight off the actual ink pad. So you can take your blending tools to these as well. And then you've got that sort of smaller teardrop end as well if you want to get into those smaller nooks and crannies. Colour-wise, Spring Buds is your first one. Then you've got your Rosy Apple. Then you have, this is beautiful, could have done with some of this today actually, Sunshine Glow. Next one is your Sweet Clementine. Ink pads never seem so good.
So good, so good.
So good. Lemon Meringue. Raspberry Ripple. We were in a shop yesterday. We went into Darlington. I won't name the shop. We were looking at those smelly candles, like the one Craig likes.
The what there?
Like smelly candles.
Oh, yeah.
And there was one, spotted a spelling mistake, and I thought it was just on one label, but across the whole range. It was called Raspberry and something, Raspberry and Bergamo or something it was, and they spelt raspberry, R-A-S-B-E-R-R-Y.
Raspberry.
Yeah, they've missed a P off.
Oh, that's not good.
Makes you wonder how, like...
Spell checker.
Well, yeah, how does everybody miss that?
Yeah.
How does everyone miss that?
Yeah.
You know. Vintage Merlot.
Nice Merlot.
Yeah.
Like Merlot.
That's Merlot. Awakening Forest. Soft Heather.
Lovely.
Oh, that's a nice colour. And then lastly in your bundle is the Midnight Mist. $33.54. $50.12 is the price on those. Are we going to have a look with these?
Yeah, I've got the blending tool, the brushes here.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So I thought I really like the colours that Debbie's got in here. That she made that background panel there and put the card together. But I think that's really pretty. And usually if you have like yellow and purple on the same card, you can end up with brown next to it, but it didn't seem to happen. So let's try. Ooh, look at that. Now these are going on a treat with these brushes, right? The brushes, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, that is nice.
So super duper soft, those bristles, aren't
Yeah, they're lovely. That is just nice. And look at it, it's really like the glow. That is lovely colour. Liking that a lot. I use the other brush for the greeny colour. Let's go greeny next to that, because where I put green, where I put purple, it would be better if I could have purple next to green rather than yellow, because if those streams mix, they're the opposite on the colour wheel. It's like red and green.
Yeah.
It'll be it'll get a browny colour.
Brownie, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to happen some places, but sometimes it's not as, it looks cool. It might not necessarily look ew. Then I want the purple drawn out. Now let's try that one for purple as well.
Just whilst you are blending with these, Kim's asked a question from Alabama. Can you blend at all with quick dry pads, maybe with an added liquid like glycerin?
Quick dry pads, quick dry pads.
Quick drying pads, yeah.
Oh, the quick drying pads, yeah. You know what? The quick drying pads are really, they're meant to dry really quickly.
Yeah.
They're not the best for blending, I'll be honest.
She's asking, could you use glycerin to...
You know what? I haven't tried it, but I'm going to.
Okay.
I'm going to. I'm wondering if Debbie's tried it. If Debbie's online,
Yeah.
maybe she can speak up.
The thing with the quick dries, we had them on the back end of last week. I think, was it with Craig? And like you literally lay them down, and he was just like literally a second after laying them down, put his hand over the top to try and smudge, and they're dry instantly.
That's it, and that's what they've been designed to do. So blending's like the last thing that they want to do.
Yeah.
So they've been formulated not to do that, but you know, with a bit of glycerin, if you've that's what you've got, and you want to try blending with them, it's worth a try, definitely. But I have not tried it because there's so many options on what to use that are intended to blend, you know. So yeah, that looks pretty, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
Really pretty.
So colours that you think may be a little bit more difficult to sit next to each other, as long as you've got like a bridging colour.
Yeah.
Because those two together will be fine. Those two together will be fine. And those two together will be okay, but those two together will give you kind of brownie look.
Right.
So just be aware of what colours are going next to which other colours. But that is really pretty. And that would be then, you see, when you've got a bit like that. I should mention as well what I did. Look, that's all you're going to do is pop it on there, pop it with a little bit of a bit of silver mirror or something. Your wording. You don't need anything else on there. That's the card done. It's quick cards. I should mention what I did, because these are 12 by 12, and because I'm making them primarily for cards, I decided I'm going to make square format cards. So I've got different cards here, all different colours, ready to make cards with, and they are 6 by 6 square cards. So perfect size if you quarter these. So use your big sheet of your big cutter, and I literally just quartered each sheet, because then I've got no waste. And even if I tear some off, I take a little bit, I've got less waste than trying to manage a 12 by 12 sheet for a card maker. Does that make sense? That to me was the easiest way to get the most out of my booklets of papers.
How long have we got left? Like 5 minutes left on the show. Thank you for all the questions, everybody. Thank you for all the comments coming through. Patsy is saying, I may miss the show tonight, but I definitely will be watching it later on. I do like the bling on cards and scrapbooking pages too, so that's all to look forward to later on. Lots of lovely comments coming through. Gorgeous, says Angela. Paul Prince says the colours are beautiful. We'll have a look at some finished samples of Sheena in just a second, but just remember, again, the best way to go for this is to go for the Showstopper, where you get both of these new pads. I can show you the designs here, and then we'll see them on some projects with Sheena just before we go. But in your Christmas one, obviously all the different Christmassy designs, there's 6 of them included within the set, and you're getting 4 lots of each of the 6 designs in there. So you've got snowflakes and your Christmas sentiment, ornaments, you've got your mistletoe, the foliage. So that's all included within your first pad, 250 GSM. And then you're going to get your everyday as well. And that's all of those beautiful different patterns from your sort of Art Decos to your Baroques. Love those fans there, more sort of lace designs, the florals. And those again are all 12 by 12, 250 GSM 4 sheets of each of the 6 designs, giving you 24. If you go for the Showstopper option as well, those blending brushes, so the ones that Sheena was just using a few moments ago, are included, but you're only paying half price for those. Those normally retail at, they are $19.99, $24.99. But you're getting those for half the price within the bundle today. If you just decide that you want to buy the brushes on their own, you can. If you just decide that you want to buy the pads on their own, you can. It's entirely up to you, but I think the majority of people have gone for the Showstopper, and I've seen quite a lot of people as well in the comments saying that they've gone for the Showstopper and then added in extras of those pads as well, because they're pads that you're going to come back to time and time again, and hopefully Sheena's demonstrated over the course of the show, if you are fairly new, just applying even just like one colour of ink to these, you can create some really fun, really great looking backgrounds, professional looking backgrounds for your cards in next to no time, and then you don't necessarily need to do a lot else. If you've got a topper that you want to add to it, a little sentiment, maybe an embellishment, you've got the ability to do that. Make really quick professional looking cards with all the great designs that you've got in this pad, and it's nice that you've got the 2 pads in the Showstopper every day, and then the Christmas ones which you can start working with right now. $39.99 or $48.39 is your platinum price. Should we have a look at some quick finish samples with you, Sheena?
Yeah, you know what? I'm looking at what we've made in the show. We have got through a lot.
Wow,
Look at all these. It just shows how quick. I've never done this, but I feel I'm going to have a sit down now.
I know, lie down.
Look at them all, but look at how different they look, how different the colour mix, and that's what's going to make a difference. That was the one that we picked up the ink. We spritzed it on the mat and just picked it up in a watercolour. I've popped a little bit of the black around the outside, and it looks quite ethereal and metallic. That was the gold shimmer. This was watercolours. Look at how well that's come out. So well with the watercolours. And that was the little background that we just made. We started with that card there, which was inspired by this one I made at home. And then we've also made this one here.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Together, which is showing how to just use some of your background, your things that you've got that you maybe weren't going to make it onto a card, but now they can, because the backgrounds can be done so quickly, colour keyed to match the element that you're going to, because all the colours in the daisy are represented in the background, which is perfect. Really quick, effective cards that look like there's a lot more time gone into them than we know has. But
absolutely.
They don't need to know that, do they? And
Oh,
that's
no.
a good life card there.
Tell them it took you hours.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
To Tom and Barbara from Margot and Jerry. There you are. Nicola's card, love that.
Yeah, Nicola.
It's just so pretty. She's used the glitter kind of layer in here and the little stick-on diamondy embellishments there. But that's all it needs. It doesn't need any more. I think that is just a gorgeous card. Another really pretty card. Shall we have a look at some examples in here? Oop, not that one. Sorry, bag on the floor. Pick it up. But look at how cool that looks.
Yeah,
so if
cool.
you are like making bags, making boxes, gorgeous. You can colour coordinate them. Look at that. Really nice.
Absolutely fabbo. Just at the end of the show, we've had messages from Robin. He says, love the resist pad. It is in my cart. And Kim says, bought the Showstopper before this show. I love seeing what a wise choice I made. And Wendy says, well, I've ordered the Showstopper. If you've got it in your carts, in your baskets, make sure you do keep checking out, because it is such a brilliant, brilliant set. We are going to be back a little bit later on. Massive thank you to Sheena for all of the inspiration. Thank you to you guys for watching as well. Thoroughly enjoyed the show. It is Masterclass tonight, live at 5, where we have got all things glittery for you. So we look forward to seeing you there. In the meantime, keep shopping the show. We'll see you in a bit. Bye for now.